Let's start this video off by explaining the difference between a dry mix of concrete and a wet mix of concrete. The dry mix would be something that you have not added water to before placing it in the forms, and a wet mix would be something you've added water to and mixed thoroughly before placing it into your forms. And this might sound weird, but this is actually what most of the directions are going to require when building anything out of concrete. However, there is one product I found that allows you to use a dry mixture. You're just simply allowed to pour the dry mix into a footing you're going to use for a fence post. And then after you've added the dry mix, you can thoroughly saturate it with water. Then you're going to get the chemical reaction you need to make the concrete hard. And of course, the reason why I'm making this video is because I found a couple of people on the internet claiming that you could just simply fill the areas in between your form boards with a dry mix of concrete and then wetting it, thoroughly soaking the water into the concrete mix to get the chemical reaction required to make the concrete hard. Now, I don't know if this is going to create something strong enough for your project, but I can tell you that something like this probably won't work for a walkway or a porch, especially if we remove the forms. If you pour the mix and leave the forms, you're going to have a protective barrier around the perimeter. However, once you remove the forms, over time, you could end up cracking a section off of the site that would look something like this. And I'm also not going to suggest that something like this couldn't happen to a mix that you mixed thoroughly before pouring. So to wrap this video up, this is not something I recommend doing. Follow the directions on the concrete bag, and if you're looking for a little more structural strength, add some rebar, and make sure that all of your concrete is poured on a solid, compacted fill material, not loose soil.